Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Frances Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up at frenchiestamps.com. Today I'm going to share a quick and simple, it's kind of a Polaroid look to the card. It's using the new release in August 2021, Reflected in Nature. And if you know Frenchie just a little bit, you know this speak to me, right? So let's get started. You can use a clear block. I think I prefer the Stamparatus for this just because if we don't have enough, it's easy to, enough ink, we can go back. So I like to put it in the corner, just a preference of choice. I started with a 1/4 piece of sheet, so it's 5.5 by 4 1/4. We're going to trim it down. I find it easier to start bigger and go from that. Now I'm going to put, if you see my stamp, it's kind of rough there. It add quite a bit of rubber here, and I was having the line of ink there, so I just use my scissors and trim my stamp. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place that more above than below. And voila. And this time, we're going to do like a black and white print. This one here, it was just in the brown, soft suede, and this is smoky slate. And I sponge a little bit of light balmy blue on it, very lightly. This one, it's all in soft suede. The bottom I just tap with a rag to remove some of the ink. You're going to see that in a minute. So I was debating, am I doing this in black? And I thought maybe black's going to be too much, so I'm using basic gray. And what I'm doing, the top, because you see this is, oh, you know what, we would have a fiasco. This is the top, that's what I need there. I think I had it upside down. So I'm on the top at the top there. That is right, so it became at the bottom here, okay? So I'm using my ink pad and I'm just going to the edge here. Even if it go a bit on the other part, don't worry about that. Now that we got that, I'm using my inky rag here and I'm just going to wipe it at the line there. Now you're going to take your smoky slate. That is for 2 tones. So if you do all 1 tone, you would stamp the whole thing, okay? I want my shadow quite a bit lighter. So I'm going to come here. Now I'm using my rag here and I'm just going to tap softly. Now we're going to go ahead and try to see what that's going to give us here. So give a good impression because it's a distinctive ink, stamp. So that means it's made to look realistic. So it's a lot of little bits and pieces in there. Put it that way. Oh, perfect. I don't have to do nothing. No. So you see here, it's very lighter and it's more like brush. So I won't go again, but if you want, maybe at the top I can get a little bit more. So I can take my basic gray again. Is that basic gray here? Yeah. And I can add more at the top there. I just see a little bit there, but really I don't think so. I'm doing it just to show you how this works. Lovely here. Et voila. Okay, now let's remove this. So if you want to add color, then I would add it now, just brush it a bit. So if you didn't position your stamp all the way straight, you see I'm going sideways a bit. Don't worry about that. I'm going to share with you, and that's another reason why I like to have a bigger piece. So I'm going to align this and where my the end there, and it's wiggle. That's the way the stamp is. It's not because I cut it. I put it right at the edge there of my thing. I don't pay attention if this is straight, the edge, because I'm going with my Stampin' edge cut. So now I know I'm going to use this edge. See how it's dented? Because that is the width, that's the size that I want. So we're going to take the one that you cut, and then you're going to go right at the edge here, and again over there. Now that should go straight because we already straight up one edge. See, perfectly straight. And see how off it is? Now don't pay attention to this. You're just going to pay attention to, you know, the edge there. So I know I want about 3 1/4, well, 3 1/8 to be that's about right. It's not quite. I'm going to keep on going with the edge there. Here we go. And then turn it. And again. Voila. So now I got a perfectly image. Does it look like a black and white picture? I think so. So we're going to finish the card. And so now I know this piece here that was coming from this. We're going to, well, this sits off there. Let's cut that. We want 1 inch. So let's go at 1 inch. Now we want the same width than this one. So we're going to put this one here. Just to make sure. Because I was just off a little bit. Oh, it is. Right here. It is at 3 1/4. Voila. So now we got our bottom piece. So let's take this. I got a piece of basic black. The ink, it's basic gray. The paper here, it's basic black. Sorry about the mess. I didn't change my mat. So this one here measure 3 1/2 by 4 1/4. Even if it's not just, you know, a quarter bigger than this, that's perfectly fine. So the mat's going to be 3 1/4. I mean 3 1/2 by 4 1/4. All the dimension will be on my blog and all the color that I use for all 3 cards. Now you're going to mount that there, and when you mount that there, you try to put the same proportion all on those 3 sides, not the bottom, okay? Never mind the bottom, just those 3 sides. That look amazing. It really looked like a black and white. Now this piece that we cut, oh, not that one, this is the one, it's going to come right here. So you see it looked like those Polaroid. Now we're going to do our stamping on this first in case that I'm way off. We can turn the paper, and we're going to stamp this time. We're going to stamp Take Time for You. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp. You know what, I thought to do black, but we're going to use basic gray. That basic gray, no, that's smoky slate. I want basic gray, because basic gray, it's almost a dark. I'm gonna take this. You know what, where I cut, it's raised up a bit. You want to take your bone folder, if that happened, and just push that. You know, it pushed the blade pushed the paper. Okay, now we're gonna take this. Oh, see, that was my stamp. I'm going to trim that. Let's make sure I don't rock here. Again, well, let's do another piece quick here. You know what? I'm going to show you how to trim this. 1 minute. Okay, I got rubber scissors. If you don't have rubber scissors, maybe you get craft scissors. So sometimes it happens because it's a machine that cut that. I just trim mine. So then if I rock a little bit, it won't matter. That's how I trim mine. So now we need another piece, and would that be big enough? It's going to do the trick for now. So let's cut this at 3 1/4. You want 3 1/4 by 1, this piece, okay? Now let's use back the block. Love it when something like that happen on a video, so then I can take the time to show you how to fix it. So I hope this helps you. Now we're gonna stamp this here. Voila! No lines. Awesome. Okay. I crank it up a notch for the inside. So for the inside, I was like, I didn't want to stamp the cabin again or the reflection. And I had a greeting here. So I thought, what to do on the inside? Well, I happened to have this lovely stamp set, Welcoming Wood, with the birch tree. And that looked like the birch tree because I was about to put evergreen inside, and I'm like, because the wood, that really looked like birch tree in there. So I'm using the Welcoming Wood, and we're going to match the color of the card. So this one was in the black and white and gray. Instead of basic gray though, for the birch, I'm going to use smoky slate. So I'm going to ink this, and we're going to do the inside of the card. So I'm going to do like 3 over here. Voila! Is that awesome? This stamp set, I'm going to have another video with this stamp set. This is so cool. Look at that. So detailed. Another distinctive ink stamp. Oops. They are so realistic. So realistic. The artist doing that, they're amazing. So I embossed a basic gray with the brick background. Now we're going to glue this inside so you see it all flow together. So lovely. And then we're going to put that in the front. Nothing else. I'm not, oops, I keep on twisting on the wrong side there. I am not putting nothing else. I feel this picture don't need nothing to make a statement on the card. Ooh la la. That really looked like a black and white print. So we get in the black and white, and here we get in the two-tone. I'm going to show you how to do the eagle. And here it's in the sepia that look like. So for the eagle, I stamped the eagle. That's part of the reflected in nature. So I was very happy to see an eagle and not like just the bird that they do like this. That is, oh my. So I stamped it in black, and right at the top, I bet in the camera you don't see it, but in the card when you look at it, you see the dot yellow because the eagle got that yellow there. And then I put a little bit of yellow at the feet. Now I cut that by hand, and then for the feather here, I just cut in between the feathers. Just snip, not cut, I should say snip and snip. And right here also, I snip this. Just little. Now take your finger. And sorry, the battery went out. So you take your finger where you cut and just feather that. It don't look like much, but it adds quite a bit. Then I use a glue dot. So just take a glue dot, and I set off the picture there. Oops, I could have come and put it right in the picture. This one we're going to put it in the picture. So we all going to have different, here we go. This one here, I glue it a bit at the top there so it's more pronounced. That is it, my friend. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I will be back next week or the week after with a card with Welcoming Wood. That's the one that we use for the inside. So that is it for now. Till next time, happy stamping. And again, right below you get the direct link to my blog. You can order the product 24/7. And I will have all measurement and the color that I use for all 3 cards. Have a lovely day, my friend. Bye-bye.